U.S. President Donald Trump held a meeting with key Arab leaders on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly to discuss the ongoing war in Gaza. Trump emphasized the urgency of ending the conflict, saying it's gone on too long and we want it to end. The meeting brought together leaders from Qatar, Jordan, Turkey, Pakistan, Indonesia, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia.
So this is going to be a very important meeting because we're going to get something done because it's gone on too long.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said that the United States has not received any official detainee deal letter from Hamas and would reject any proposal. It doesn't include the release of all 48 detainees. Rubio emphasized that peace in Gaza can only be once Hamas disbands and all detainees are freed. He also dismissed recent moves by some U.S. allies to recognize a Palestinian state as irrelevant without a negotiated settlement involving Israel.
So we're going to remain focused on what we can do next. So we're going to continue to encourage Qatar to play a constructive role in that regard.
In a joint statement at the UN General Assembly, G7 foreign ministers and EU's top diplomats have urged easing Gaza's humanitarian crisis through expanded aid and the release of Israeli detainees. They stressed Hamas must play no role in Gaza's future or pose threats to Israel, while expressing readiness to work with Arab partners on reconstruction and lasting peace. The ministers also condemned Russian airspace violation over Estonia, Poland and Romania, reaffirming their commitment to a sovereign, independent Ukrainian state with strong security guarantees. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun has affirmed that the government has decided to restrict weapons exclusively to state authority and is working on its implementation. Though force cannot be used at this stage, he condemned Israel's refusal to heed international calls to halt its assaults, warning this heightens tensions in Lebanon and the region. Aoun stressed that the Lebanese army fully carries out its duties in the south, adhering to the ceasefire agreement and safeguarding border stability. Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has firmly rejected negotiations with the United States over Tehran's nuclear program. He described talks with the United States as harmful to Iran's national interests and warned they would only deepen the country's vulnerability to threats. Khamenei accused the U.S. of breaking promises, lying and making constant military threats. He said negotiations could be a complete dead end and emphasized Iran's progress in uranium enrichment, asserting the countries will not yield to enough pressure. AFP has reported the death of one person in a drone strike in Sudan's Darfur region. That came after the Sudanese army accused the Rapid Support Forces of carrying out an air raid on a mosque near Abu Shouq displacement camp in El Fasher last Friday, which killed more than 75 people. The attack highlights the escalating violence and the devastating impact on civilians in the war-torn region, where clashes between the army and rapid support forces continue to fuel displacement, insecurity and worsening humanitarian conditions.